Choosing a house to call home isn't often a snap decision. For Andrea and Steve, years of searching passed before they found their peninsula paradise. It was a match made in heaven, and just ahead of a global pandemic. While building from a distance seemed almost impossible at times, it resulted in a lifelong dream realized. One the couple can treasure forever. But first, we'll visit Wayne and Lynn. When Wayne began designing his Cape Cod-inspired house, he knew it was something special. But when his now fiancée, Lynn, expressed her love and approval, the home's purpose was revealed. Inside, the couple demonstrate their admiration for the sea through marine-themed fixtures and adornments. Outside, where few accents are required, the couple relish the traditions they now share with the sea. Water stirs the senses. The sight of a tranquil lake, the sound of an enlivened river, the smell and taste of a salty ocean breeze. Water is Mother Nature's most engaging opus. Where better to enjoy it than from a home on its edge?
I wanted to be on the ocean. I came with a business partner. I said, what do you think? She said, well, I think you have two choices. You can buy it or you can drive by it for the rest of your life, saying, I could have bought that property, so. I think once the house was built and I settled in the summertime, sitting on the deck, looking out over the ocean when the sun was setting, yeah, there was a serenity. There was just something there that just, wow, I'm very fortunate, I'm very lucky.
The first time I saw the house was on our first date. And it was wintertime, so it was pitch black outside, even though it was only 6 o'clock or 7 maybe. And I knocked on the door and I could see in, and the fireplace was on. And it was so beautiful. I thought, well, I hope I like this guy because I think I really love this house.
When I built the house, obviously it was pretty special for me. I spent a lot of time designing it with sun comes up on the east, obviously. But when Lynn fell in love with it, I mean, she really did. And it just made me feel good. And I think I said to her, something about it's a house, but now that you love it, it's a home, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So every night we go outside onto the veranda and we look out and watch where the sun is setting because we watch it move across the water. It's almost like a time clock every night. Probably do it almost every night. Probably not in the middle of winter, but pretty close.
Even as a kid, going to the salt water was my preference. I mean, I would swim in a lake behind our house, but it just didn't hold the same feeling that salt water does. I think Lynn and I both share that feeling, that there's something about being in the ocean that's just peaceful and serene.
I always have loved the ocean. I learned to swim when I was very young, so when I got to come out here and live permanently, it was like a dream come true. I think I like the living room the most. The room is full of windows, so there's tons of light. We can see everything going on outside. It's large and it flows into the kitchen. It just has a feeling of light and space, and I love that so much here.
The beach stone fireplace with an open concept, you know, it kind of worked. Really pleased at how that turned out. The cork backsplash kind of softens the stainless steel and the black granite, so I think it kind of warms things up a little bit. Actually, an employee of mine, when we had the restaurant, had done a certain area with corks and did the pattern, and it was like, wow, that looks really neat. And being in the wine business as a sommelier, I had access to a lot of corks, a lot of wine. So it turned out okay. Get a lot of compliments on it, and it does warm the room up a little bit.
The other thing I love is the lobster trap pot holder. It's so unique. It's something Wayne created, which is, amazing.
I needed a pot hanger. So rather than just have something with metal, the gentleman that built the kitchen, I said, can you build a lobster trap? He said, oh, I'm making them all my life. So he made it out of the cherry wood to go with the kitchen, and it aged. He asked me if I wanted the netting and the spike and everything. I said, no, that's fine. But the hooks on it are actually tuna hooks, and they just took the barbs off. So it kind of goes with the whole fishing theme. I love fishing from the time I was a kid. Reels, especially some of the ones that I've collected from the 40s, 50s, 60s, just the colors and stuff, it just became a bit of a hobby, and just kind of, gives me that contact and memories of, fishing when I was younger. Everything's on the main floor, thinking about when we get older, you don't have to climb stairs. So we have guests, they're upstairs, so there's a bathroom up there, so they have their own sort of space, and we have the downstairs.
Upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms. There's also Wayne's office. When I moved in, his office was the kitchen table, so I turned his kind of TV room into his office. He had a lot of sports memorabilia when I showed up on the scene, and I slowly moved it into that room. There's so many different elements here, and you can kind of enjoy it in each season as well, right? The fireplace in the winter, the skylights at night.
Warm and soft.
Warm and soft, yeah. My favorite view is from our special spot where Wayne proposed and where we stand every night together to look at the sunset. You can see up and down the beach. You can see for miles around. It's beautiful. The veranda is very special to us. We have our morning coffee there quite often. We spend a lot of time looking out at the ocean, looking for whales and seabirds. We probably in the summertime spend at least half our time outside on that veranda for sure, and then a quarter of the time on the beach, and then we sleep the other quarter of the time.
We do spend probably 6, 7, 8 months a year outside, in the fall and the spring. So the decking and the western cedar is done really well. It's 23 years old, looks great.
So it's cedar shingles, which I think is so beautiful because it looks like driftwood. So there's just this beautiful flow. It doesn't take away, I find, from the feeling of nature. It kind of blends into it.
When I first bought the land, they had cut everything down. So much so that I started planting trees between myself and my new would-be neighbors. And I've done so almost every year for 23 years, adding more and more trees. Now we are pretty private. We've got quite a buffer, which is kind of nice. So the only thing that I'm looking at is the ocean.
And me.
Yeah. Coming home, you can almost feel yourself relaxing because you're getting close to the ocean. The evenings, it's so quiet, so peaceful. Yeah, just hard to beat that ocean view.
I think there's this sense of patience if you live by the ocean. You have to wait for weather, you have to wait for tides, you have to wait for things to come in like beach glass or shells, or you wait to watch pods of whales. So there's just this peaceful, slow kind of rhythm here that I love a lot. And I think that when I'm driving home, that's kind of what I start to feel as I get closer to the house, that I'm going into my little dome of relaxation, or a very calm and healthy feeling to be here. Some of the things we enjoy about living by the ocean definitely involve the ocean and the beach. We love to fish. We fish right off our beach. We love to walk on the beach. We love to swim. We swim. Some of us start to swim in May. Some of us start to swim in July, depending. If we can have a whole day at the beach, we just pack stuff up and just, even though we're 66 steps away from the beach, we still drag everything down so we can just stay all day and into the night. We have little fires. We sometimes catch fish, gut them on the beach, and cook them on the beach within, an hour of being caught.
Now, when I bought the house, saltwater beach is right there, but I wasn't sure I'd be able to catch fish from the beach. But yeah, especially later in the summer, August, mackerel, easy, delicious. You can always catch something off the beach. Most times. Yeah. That beach is almost 3 kilometers long, and sometimes we're the only ones on it. So that peacefulness or sense of serenity that you were talking about earlier, when you're down there and all you're listening to is that little wake of waves and reading, it takes about an hour sometimes to decompress, and then you find yourself just so relaxed. And then to go in for a swim, again, to be in the salt water, just feels so good that I can't wait for May to come, right?
Yeah. I would hope I would never have to leave this place. If I had my druthers, I would stay here forever. It's got everything I love, including you. And it just is such a beautiful place.
Even in the wintertime.
Yeah, even in the winter, it's just all good. I love it. I think people are attracted to living by the water because it actually changes your psyche, and I think it kind of does affect your biology a little bit. I read something about negative ions that are created by crashing waves, the movement of water, and I honestly think there's something that we all feel when we're by the ocean, no matter where you're from. It's like sitting by a fire at night. There's just something very human and attractive about it. And I think not many people can be by the ocean and not feel better.
I'd like to stay here as long as I could. Lynn said it's a home now. And even in the wintertime, it's just so quiet and peaceful. It's really, really special.
We used to live in Mississauga, Ontario. We really enjoyed it, but it became a very, very busy, fast-paced world, and we were looking to slow things down a little bit and enjoy a bit more of nature.
I go outside every day in the morning. As soon as I step out the door, I close my eyes and I take a breath, and I can smell the ocean every single day, spring, summer, winter, or fall. The quietness, the peace, and the beautiful, sweet smell of the ocean that I smell every single day. We found the property through an agent, but it was after a couple of years of looking. We wanted it to be perfect. This is our forever home. And we just kind of looked, like I said, we looked at each other and we said, this is it, we're done, we don't have to look any further.
We love the rugged coastline, the rugged rocks. We have what they call Peggy's Cove granite here. So we've worked the house within that and to keep the ruggedness and the views, and that's important to us. First time walking up and seeing the house was a feeling I don't know how to describe. It was a real awe moment for me to see our vision and our dream come to life. Would I ever build again? No, I will never build again. It was stressful. My husband loved it. It was not enjoyable, but the finished product made it worth it. Our dream design was to be a very open concept, timber frame home. We wanted a lot of windows, and we wanted the home to be built for entertaining. We love to entertain. We love to have family and friends in our home. And I love the kitchen. I love the openness of the house and the kitchen, the living area. I don't cook. My husband's the chef of the family, but I wanted a kitchen that looked really pretty. So
The beams are from Colorado. They're Douglas fir. They have an incredible amount of character, and they're all brand new.
I love the beams. I love the look of it. I love the warmth it gives the home. And no matter what type of light, whether it's mood lighting, like lighting at night, or if the sun coming through, they take on a warmth and a comfort and a safety. They're strong, they're solid. We wanted to make sure our central fireplace in the living room was grand and big and had a presence, seating area and high off the ground so you could see it whether you were cooking or sitting watching TV.
My favorite room is probably the one we're sitting in right now. When the sun rises, it's just as beautiful here as sunsets, and it lights up this room. It lights up the whole side of the house.
My favorite room in the whole house, and I could honestly live in there, is our master bathroom. It has the size I love. It has an amazing shower with a breathtaking view of the ocean. I feel sad for the poor lobster boats during lobster season that occasionally will come up while I'm showering, but I'm over that now.
So I've been a pilot since I was 15, and some of the decorations, there's a propeller on the wall, the ceiling fan, I fell in love with that the second I saw it. It looks like a propeller about to start an engine. The maritime place that we live, we have tons of Nova Scotia folk art that we've collected around.
The heart of the home is, I would think, in the great room here, the living room. This is where we sit, we talk, we can entertain, we can watch our favorite TV shows, and it has a spectacular view outside.
Looking at the house from the outside, the most striking thing about it, the natural grays and browns. We tried to melt into the landscape as much as possible, where if you're on a boat going by, you actually have to look to see our place. But the one thing that stands out in my mind and everybody else's too is the exterior beams, the exterior wood. It's on all four sides. It's that orangey, beautiful, rich looking Douglas fir. That's the best, I think, coming down.
Again, we want to keep it very rustic, but my husband has planted every rhodo that you see outside. We had use of a big tractor last year, an excavator. My husband built the rock wall out there from sun up to sundown, moving those mammoth rocks into position, putting the plants in between the rocks. You know, he had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, there's
pride.
There's a lot of us in the exterior. We like to be part of it, right? The most enjoyable thing for me is to just sit outside. Like last night, I had nothing to do for 2 hours. So I just sat on the chairs on the deck and just listened and watched, and it was great. We've been around water our entire lives. I can't imagine not looking out there, looking out any window and seeing water. Water is historically and even spiritually part of the human spirit. I think it's a fact that just spending 20 minutes or something by water will increase your lifestyle, whatever that saying is anyways. Just being near water is enough to enhance and improve your life. And I'll tell you one thing, our 15-year-old golden retriever probably wouldn't be 15 and still going strong without being out here. I think it's added years to his life as well. He perked up when we came out here and shows no signs of stopping.
We have a bit of a ritual on warm summer days. We'll make a tea and a coffee and go down and sit on the rocks and watch the sun coming up. And just as spectacular later in the day as the sun's setting, have a glass of wine and seeing Peggy's Cove and her lighthouse light up because of the reflection of the sun on the granite rocks. It's spectacular, and you just sit there and you're in awe. And as we said earlier, nothing gets old. I don't think there isn't a day that I don't wake up and pinch myself and think, how lucky are we and how fortunate are we? I love to sit down on the rocks right out on top of the ocean. We have our yellow chairs, and we also have our what we call our token whale watching chairs. So we have 2 awesome Muskoka-style chairs, painted orange, and we can sit there on the edge of the little cliff, and we have seals, and we have porpoises that play in the cove. We have whales. All the neighbors here, we're all on like a WhatsApp, and if there's a whale sighting, everyone will text to say whale, whale. Everyone runs down to the oceanfront, so that's really neat to see the sea life that we have here. It's a great feeling to be able to talk and share something that was a dream, something we talked about when we met and thought one day we'll build our dream home. I never quite knew where it would be. I knew one day we would have it, and now having it here is pretty incredible, and it's humbling. It makes me so proud and honored, and we cherish everything.
I only let her in on the location just a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I never woke up thinking I'm going to live one day in Nova Scotia, but now that I'm here and living it, it's...
Thank God we do.
Yeah.
How does it feel to say that you can actually live in a dream come true? As corny as that may sound, this is something that I had only ever dreamed of before. We watched it come together. We put it together on paper. We even put some of it together with our own hands, with our hearts, and to look at the ocean going by, the boats, the snow, the rain. It's perfect.
It's special. Water's special. And from coming from a concrete jungle, you just feel healthier. I feel healthier living here. I feel as crazy, my hair. I used to have jet straight hair in Toronto. It's gone all curly, so my hair is absorbed to the ocean. Just the air, the smell, the texture on your skin, everything about the water changes you. And it's calmed me. I think I was pretty high.
Serene.
Yeah, stress and anxiety, and there's something calming here. It's changed me.
Living by water, I think is life-giving. The serenity, the calmness, the excitement at times. That gets your heart going. The rest of it keeps your mind quiet. It's a great sound. You have a white noise machine going 24/7. That's not a machine. It's Mother Earth out there. It's life-giving.
Whether nestled alongside a riverbank or perched high above a distressed ocean, living on the shore has its perks. But beautiful views are only the beginning. The sights, sounds, and sensations of the water are constant in their impact, improving moods, perspectives, and lives. To exist and grow on its edge is extraordinary, an experience made even sweeter when shared with the people we love.